Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and it's that time of the week again for me to talk about my weekly pulls. I got some cool books this week, but before we get into it, let me briefly tell you about my giveaway. I'm giving away 3 awesome comic bundles at 500 subscribers. That's right, 3 lucky subscribers will each win one of these 3 comic bundles. All you have to do to enter is simply be subscribed and leave a comment on this video. If you would like additional chances to win, you can watch other videos on my channel and leave comments on those as well. Each comment on a new video is another chance to win. Good luck. Alrighty, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the goodness. So this week was a bit of a shorter week. I feel like for the majority of comics, there was less comics I had to put up on the wall this week. Although I still think I end up picking up more books than I did last week. I think I only picked up 1 variant. I've done good. Sticking to my rules, but let's go ahead and hop into it. Starting off with some Star Wars goodness. We got the High Republic number 6 with a super sweet cover. Got the Rancor on there. And it's maybe the best cover they've done so far, although maybe not the best cover yet, or continuing, I don't know what I just said, but I think it's the next issue that there's a red lightsaber kind of just in the corner, so we might be getting something big next month, I don't know, but regardless, let's talk about this issue for now. This was a good book. I did enjoy it. They're fighting the Drengear, I don't know if that's how you say it, something like that, but it's proving to be quite the foe. Skier is, actually, a little preview. If you want to see the little preview of the next cover, there it is. So pretty cool. Got the red lightsaber there. I couldn't see my camera screen at all when I did that, so hopefully you saw what I was showing you. But it's a red lightsaber, so I'm super excited. But anyway, so they're fighting the Drengear plant monster thingies, and they use some Rancors for a brief part of it. It's not a big part, but I'm very happy they put it on the cover because it's a cool cover. But Skier, or however you say his name, I don't know how to say any of these people's names, by the way. He's having some troubles. He's still infected with the Drengear, but he kind of starts pulling through in this issue. So, but yeah, good issue. Although I think it's kind of overshadowed with the fact that I know, or at least I feel like something bigger is happening next issue. So like that's kind of all my brain is on, honestly. I'm ready for a really cool new Sith or something, you know. So we'll see. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is it just a tease? Is it kind of a false hope? Are they lying to us? I hope not. I hope this is... feel like with both this and High Republic Adventures, you need to introduce the characters, have them go up against some enemies, you know, so you can kind of learn them and kind of learn how they are or whatever. And then once it's kind of, settled in a little bit, that's when you introduce the big bad, or a big bad. It might not be the big bad, but, we need a cool Sith in a Star Wars story. Like, that's just how it's gotta be. So, I'm still dreadfully behind on a lot of books, including War of the Bounty Hunter stuff, but I will say, so I picked up this, what is this number? Is this Dr. Aphra 11, and this is the first canon version of Dirge. I almost said Drengear, or whatever the last thing was. But yeah, so Dirge is a cool, I forget what his species is, but he was tortured by Mandalorians, and then he killed a bunch of Mandalorians, except for they captured him, he still killed him. Anyway, but then afterwards, after he escaped during the Clone Wars, there were no Mandalorians really floating about, so he started killing clones instead, because they look like clones. And originally, in the 2D Clone Wars series, Anakin killed him by hurling him into the sun. So either, I don't think that's canon anyway. So either, they didn't want to go with that time of his death at all, or he survived going in the sun, which would be, well, not the sun, but a star, I guess I should say. But if he survived going into a star, that'd be pretty intense. What's he doing here? I don't know. I guess he's just a bounty hunter going after Han Solo. I really don't know. I need to catch up on that. If you all are enjoying that, please tell me how it's going, because I am excited to read it. I'm just, I have like a full short box of things that I'm behind on, and I'm working on it. So I got to catch up on this one. So I didn't get to read the last issue, but I read it today, and then I also read this new issue of Beta Ray Bill number 4. And it's a pretty solid series. I really enjoy. It's a bit of a sad but weird but kind of funny but kind of weird series. And it's kind of, a journey of discovery of oneself. So there's a cool reveal in the last issue where his ship, the Scuttlebutt, becomes sentient and has like a form. And so they're using that to kind of mirror him, because the ship is learning about itself and learning to accept itself as it is, but Beta Ray Bill here is having trouble accepting himself as he is. But there is a really cool reveal at the end of this book of an enemy he has to fight. It's not really a huge surprise, but I'm not going to say it anyway. A very cool book, and so next issue should have a really cool enemy for him to fight, and I am excited about that. Then we have, what is this, number 4 of Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, and a pretty cool series so far. I will say in this issue, if you know me, I guess this is a spoiler, but they kind of get rid of a character that I really enjoy, and so far in the series has been like the bright point of it, in my opinion. And they decide they don't need that character anymore for the plot. So that character just disappears. And kind of unfortunate. I don't think the book is bad because of it. I don't know if it's any of my personal bias that I'm just like, oh, give me more of that character. But regardless, I mean, I've been enjoying this series anyway. I don't know. If you're reading it, like I said, if you know me, then you probably know what character I'm talking about. But maybe you don't. Maybe it's a surprise. Good book regardless. And that's all the Marvel books I had this week. Not a ton. That's my cat Daphne that is being needy right now, if you can hear her meowing. But anyway, moving on to the independents. So we have issue number 8, the final issue of Autumnal. And it's, it's sad to see it go, but it was a good issue. Oh my god, don't rub on the tripod. Here, you want to be in the camera? Say hello. Look, she just crumples up. Alrighty. But anyway, Autumnal number 8. Which, this is the only one I had to get the variant, because I've been getting all the variants. The first one had 3, A, B, C, and the rest have only been A and B. But I've been getting all of these, and this is a really, really cool cover that kind of completes the whole set of the cover Bs, even though the first one's cover C, you know what I mean? But I'm going to call them all cover Bs because they're mostly cover Bs. Anyway, so, really cool cover B. The cover A is really solid as well, though, I gotta say. Super, super cool book. I really like the back, too. Pretty simple, but really, really effective. And is it just the same thing? Yeah, it's just reusing the cover A, but done in a really cool way. Anyway, I really like this series. I'm pretty happy with how it ended, even though I don't want to say any spoilers. If you haven't read it, I do recommend picking it up. It's only 8 issues, so it's not that hard to get through. I'm sure they'll be doing a trade of it sometime soon, but it's not the happiest of endings, and it's a somewhat almost cliche ending in a way, but I do feel like it was a good ending. And it did wrap up the story quite well. So I do highly recommend Autumnal if you haven't read it. Super cool series. And then this actually was probably, this was my favorite book out of everything. Was this number 7? Yeah, crossover number 7. So this is the first book in the series not written by Donny Cates. It's actually by Chip Zdarsky. I think I said his name right, possibly, maybe, I don't know. But there is reason in the book. The book, this issue is about the character of Chip Zdarsky in the world of crossover, and so he writes it, and it's interesting, and it's really, really good. I don't want to really get into any spoilers. Also, a little bonus, I really like the blood on the tip of the V there. There is a pretty big reveal. Not really a character reveal. Like last issue, number 6, had a pretty well-known character finally show up in the series. Not a huge, it wasn't Spider-Man or nothing, but one that I recognized immediately, and I think many people will. I know there's been a lot of characters from various things, but they've been like, very obscure for the most part. Pretty obscure characters most people won't know. I mean, if you've read the stories, obviously you will know, but not super mainstream. But this one reveals, it's not even really a character. It's like it reveals somebody is going to be coming, but it doesn't really show you or tell you anything about the character. But it is a setup of what their intentions are of this character is going to be a big focal point in the story moving forward. I know that really probably didn't sound like much, but if you read it, it'll make sense, I promise. There is a lot of name drops of like normal stuff. Like they mention Spider-Man, they mention New Mutants 87, maybe something else in there I can't remember off the top of my head, but there is, they're talking about real stuff in the real world, in Marvel and DC and stuff like that. Chip Zdarsky, I struggle with that every time. My brain just stops whenever I have to try to say his name. But again, really cool issue, and I think it was a really introspective issue for Chip to write. It was pretty interesting to kind of write to yourself about yourself and happen, to let other people be watching. So again, I don't know, super cool issue. Really, really like this series a lot. I can't wait for my number 3 to come back from CGC. I have the 1 per store foil of the Sweet McFarlane cover. I really want it back already. But anyway, moving on. I have just a couple more books, and the last couple books I didn't get a chance to read. I am behind on this series as well. Two Moons has been pretty cool. I didn't read last issue, so I didn't read this one. I had a bunch of voiceover work to do today, so I read a pretty decent amount of books, I think, but it's what I had time for. So, Two Moons, didn't get to read it, but it is a cool story about somebody kind of able to see, not really ghost. Well, I think he does see a ghost at one point. I don't know. It's not entirely clear, or I'm stupid, one of the two. But he kind of sees that certain people are... He sees the real versions of some people because they're really monsters. And you kind of say... It's like a... You say that in a, metaphorical way. Like, oh, he's ugly on the inside. But it turns out certain people are really actual monsters. And I don't really know what's... Again, I'm behind on the series, so maybe things have been explained. I don't know why. Or how they're disguising themselves as regular humans or whatever. But I don't know. I need to catch up on it. It seems pretty good. Shay's been enjoying it. But last book, I got one DC book. I got Teen Titans Academy Yearbook. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I keep wanting to call it guidebook, because most of the time you have a guidebook. And this one actually does have some stories in it. Now, it does have your typical... I'm struggling to find it now. It does have your typical... God, give me something that's not a story. Is there this much story? Which is cool. I'm glad there's a lot of story in here, but... I thought it had more of the boring stuff. Okay. Most of the time, your guidebooks are just this kind of stuff, and it's nothing that really... I picked up the King in Black guidebook, and then I'm just I got home and why did I buy this? It's just a bunch of info, and I really don't feel... I'm probably never going to go through and actually read it, but, as you saw, I was kind of struggling. This is, mostly a comic. There is a lot of stuff and story going on in here. Hopefully I didn't reveal anything. I don't know, I just turned to a random page. But yeah, there's quite a bit of comics in here, and I don't know if it's a story, or I'm assuming it's little stories to help you learn these characters, because again, all these characters are pretty brand new, all the students anyway, so I'm sure they're to help you learn, even if they might just be like little funny moments, or I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on reading it. I've been enjoying Teen Titans Academy, and that is the last book for this week. By the way, if you made it this far into the video, I've been putting up just some random books here and there, just to, I don't know, kind of show off flaunt what I got, you know. This week I picked a Hulk theme. If you have a requested theme and I can, you know, make it happen, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to see what I can do. I don't know. I feel like I've put up quite a few books, you know, because I guess I'm putting up, I don't know, four every video. Well, every video that I'm in my bedroom. I'm not always in here, I guess, but so what does that do? 5. So that's like 20 books a week. I'm probably gonna run out of books to do soon, but I don't know. If you want to see something, or you know, have a, you know, you just mention a character or a series or something, I can throw up some random books. But that's going to be it for today. As always, let me know if you're reading something, if there's something that came out today that I should be reading but I didn't pick up. Which, by the way, we ran out of copies of Black Cat Annual. The bug that flew in my face. But so I wanted to pick up that book, but hopefully we'll be able to order another one, because we ran out of copies for it and I need one, because I am enjoying Black Cat, and so I need that. But anyway, if you're reading something else other than Black Cat that I didn't pick up, and you want to scream at me to start reading it, do that in the comments. I will do my best. Again, I'm trying so hard and behind on so many books. There's so many good books to read, but there might be some ones that I don't want to pass up on. Please let me know about it. Or even if you're not persuading me, just let me know what you're reading, what you're enjoying. I'd love to talk about it. Or if you're reading the same things, then maybe the exact same books, who knows? Maybe you're reading my mind. Maybe you broke into my house and stole all my books. Please don't do that. That'll be it for today. I will see you Friday with a comic rant. Is that what I do on Fridays? Yes, it is. All right.